All right. Welcome, you guys. Jeff, go ahead. Kick it off.
Yeah, Coach. Past 5-game losing streak, I think 4 games the other team scored 90 or more. Defensively, often about hustle and energy. Do you think it's fatigue? Do you think it's communication? I know you have some new players, and Dom's been playing a larger role. Where do you look at it defensively, and what are you trying to clean up?
Yeah, a lot of that is our transition defense, which kind of is stemming from what we're doing offensively, either live the ball turnovers or just, our timely shots, what we're doing there. And then our communication transition defense hasn't really been sharp. So starting there, and then just kind of in the half court, some miscues, and yes, Dom is playing a lot more minutes, and so kind of some growing pains there, but also some really good things that she's been doing. Alternate shots, I think she's been rebounding really well. And so if I would think about it in a defensive scope, I would tend to look at our transition defense more than anything at the moment.
Coach, I know it's a team game, but in a difficult stretch like this, in a critical time of the season, who do you lean on? And is it your staff? Is it maybe looking back to family? I know you mentioned during the break going back home. How do you center yourself so that you talk about being positive and pushing that through the team so that you can do that to the best of your ability?
Yeah, we were just in LA, and so I had an opportunity to be with my family, which is very important, in general in life. And in a tough stretch like this, it's kind of remembering that I'm still human. And, we're leaning on my family first and foremost, my belief, my staff for sure. They've been doing a great job of, just keeping us focused on the main thing. And it's by committee, and it's a village. And also leaning on my team. I think everyone knows that we are, in the midst of this storm, but we keep saying it's just we're right there. To turn the corner is going to take a little more of one thing, two things, some small things. And yeah, I think, I'm a competitor at heart. Want to win, and we want to be playing well as well. I want to coach the best that I can as well. So I have to give myself to a space to remain positive for the group and ready for the group.
Coach, during this 5-game stretch, out of the breaks, they've struggled to put points on the board, just efficiency-wise, and not just coming out of half, but just quarter to quarter. What have you seen that maybe can increase that efficiency moving forward?
Yeah, it's good to have Sykes on our roster now to see if maybe some of those lows or, having another playmaker on the floor can impact on that end of the floor. We actually been scoring pretty high. This is a small sample size with her, not trying to put it all on her, but our roster and our rotation is shaping up a little bit differently. Dom's minutes have been really high, and she's been efficient in those minutes as well. So I think just a little bit, we're figuring it out with who we are in this particular day and moment. And, just kind of being concentrated and aware of certain moments in the game in which we got to buckle down and lock in.
All right, we'll take a question from Zoom. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, with the addition of Sykes and Dom's emergence, you've got a lot of options to finish games. Do you kind of have to manage that with people that are used to being in that role and maybe aren't automatically there now?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's what the game is lending. Those games on the road, I know E had some really good minutes. As you talked about, Dom had some really good minutes down the stretch. So it's, sometimes game by game and who's given what. Sometimes it is defense, offense, but also not disrupting the group or what, the group who have, brought us back or have found some rhythm. So right now, obviously ending the game with the starters is normal. But sometimes the game lends to something different, whether it be, what we need, whether it's the offense, the rebounding, or the defense. So I think just kind of handling it like that.
All right, Chantel, go ahead.
Coach, the last 5 games, when it came down to crunch time, They were very close games. Is there any adjustments that you want to see in terms of execution late down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the games that we've been in, think about, they're all kind of coming together, but we've had, some ATO executions, some end-of-game executions. We made some shots. We've got some really good looks and haven't connected on some as well. We've been in, 2-minute situations where we had to work in timing and score. That game in LA, we were right there. We ended the game in a defensive possession. So all in all, I feel like, offensively, we're finding some ways to, execute in timely fashion. Now it's about, our defense and getting stops and rebounds and communication within that time frame as well. So a lot of deposits going on right now, reps going on right now with end of game stuff, just trying to get over the hump with it.
Jeff, we'll go back to you.
Yeah, Coach. Beautiful thing about sports, there's always another game usually. Just talk about kind of keeping positive. I mean, you've lost 5 in a row, but you could run off 5 in a row wins, right? Keeping that positive mentality, not letting maybe toxic outside noise come into either to you or to the locker room, and having that keeping that positive message for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm off social media, which is probably really good for me. But my players aren't. And so the reality of it is, we know what we have in the locker room. We know, we care about one another. We're trying to do this for each other. And that's what matters, I think, the most, to keep the main thing. And, we talk a lot about energy not being created, but transferred. Created or destroyed, but transferred. And, the energy that we're coming into the environment with, we're choosing to have positive energy, and starting with myself and kind of, getting that to the team as well, getting that permeating through the team as well. So, it is. It's next play mentality, it's next day mentality, it's next game mentality. But right now, for us, it's minute by minute, moment by moment, literally in the game, trying to win a quarter, win 3 minutes, and kind of breaking it down like that, so that we're not looking at, it in such a big manner. But yeah, just trying to approach it in that way to keep the positivity flowing.
Final question, we'll go to Charles.
Coach, to build a little bit off of the outside, not totally, folks have seen Dom's high numbers points-wise, and they maybe, it's a new shiny thing. And I know Ezzy hasn't had the point totals that maybe she would want or whatever, but she's still obviously very efficient. You know as well as anyone her impact on the court, not just the stat sheet. Can you talk a little bit about what you've seen from Ezzy over the last stretch of games? Because she's still been putting in good rebound totals, like providing you this energy in the first half. Just her impact since, she's dealt with some things earlier in the season.
Yeah, I think she's had some good moments within the stretch, too. I thought she, hitting those threes in Vegas and being very aggressive. And, the rebounding has improved tremendously. It's Ezzy's birthday today, so happy birthday to Ezzy. And she's trying her hardest and trying her best to do what she can do when she can do it. And I think she's given a lot of great energy defensively that sometimes gets overlooked. A lot of times when she's out the game, you see the lack of rim protection because she cleans up so many mistakes or miscues or what have you. So I think it's about, the positive confidence and continue to instill the confidence, maybe giving her some touches early in the game so that she kind of could see some go through. But we're going to need her. I'm going to continue to rely on her, not just on the defensive side of the floor, but offensively, what she can bring with her, ability to set screens and get to the rim. And her leadership is important. She's, been here for a while now and understands the grind of this. And so, Ezzy is a key piece to what we need to be doing.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.